Alright guys, we've got the High Point Model C9 today, made by High Point Firearms, and we're going to field strip this firearm. So the first thing I'm going to do is put an empty magazine in it. I'm going to lock the slide back, and then I'm going to check the chamber, and I pull the magazine out. So this is a clear firearm, and this firearm does not have the external slide lock, so you have to put the empty magazine in, and then pull the slide back and it will lock back. What we're trying to access to pull this firearm apart is this little pin right here, right there, but I can't quite get to it, so I've got to pull this slide on back, and I've got to put the safety lock up into this notch. So we're going to pull it on back, and we'll put the safety lock into that notch. Now I can access this pin. Okay, now I'm going to knock this pin out with a punch. This is a 3/32 punch, and we're going to knock it out from this side all the way through. Alright, so I've got my little block right here, and I'm going to sit it down on my block right in the corner. Alright, pin fell out. Pull that. I'm going to drop it back down. Now I'm going to pull it, and I'll pull it up just like that. Alright, this is the frame. This is fully tore down to clean, so you can do your cleaning and all that, spraying it on down and all that good stuff. Alright, now I'm going to sit this one out of the way, and then here is your spring and your small rod. This has a very small rod on it. Sit it to the side, and then here's your slide, and then this is the mechanism. Let's see if we can get this in here. You'll be able, there it is. That's the part that pin goes through to hold this whole thing together. Alright, so this is what holds the slide, or keeps the slide from popping off of the frame. That's where that pin goes through. So we're going to have to line that back up when we put it back together. Alright, now you can go do your cleaning and come back and watch the next part of this video. We're going to reassemble it. Alright, to reassemble this thing, we are going to take the spring. Make sure you get this is the what I would call the free end, or the empty end, and then here's your rod. We're going to put the rod end down that way. Alright, and this one isn't the easiest of all firearms, but then we're just going to take this, we're going to line them up and kind of finagle them together up there at the front. Alright, I've got it on and I got it in. If you look back here, I can see where that popped down in, so that actually went together really well that time. You may have some struggle with yours, fighting with it, but you got to make sure that when you put it down and you seat it, that where the pin's at, your little part back there at the end, I don't know what it's called, at the end of the firing pin, the little block right here, make sure it's seated down in there. And then we're going to have to push this all the way back. We're going to look down in the hole, make sure that we've got that it goes all the way through, make sure everything's lined up in that hole. Now we're going to take this, we're going to sit it back down, we're going to find our pin. It's just a roll pin, and we're going to take it, we're going to send it back through. Alright, so we're just going to start it, give it a couple of taps. There we go. Once I've gave it a couple little taps, I'm going to take my punch. Okay, I've got it seated. Now what you want to do is you want to look on this side, then you want to look on this side, and basically make sure it's about the same distance from the end on each side. Just make sure it's centered in there. Now I can drop it. Make sure you rack it, give it a good pull, make sure nothing happens. Alright, that's going to lock back. Alright, everything's working properly, so this thing is put back together and it is ready to go do some shooting. Please like, subscribe, and comment on this video below. Thanks.